Young Master Wade, for your savior, you are still short of $2 million in medical expenses. If you fail to pay, his life may be in danger. Charlie frowned. You deliberately fixed me? Stephen Thompson hurriedly said, I dare not. If you accept this card, it will be enough to pay the money. Charlie asked, how much money is in this card? Stephen Thompson, Old Master Wade said, this card is for you as a little pocket money, not much, a total of 10 billion. See you in the next chapter. Please subscribe and like for the next video. Part 2. 10 billion? Charlie was stunned. He knew that his grandfather's family was wealthy, but at the time he was young and didn't know anything about money. He only knew that the Wade family was one of the top families in Eastcliff and the country, but he didn't know exactly how much money it was. But at this moment, he knew it. 10 billion was just pocket money, and when it came to the entire Wade family, he was worried it would be more than $1 trillion. To be honest, at this moment, he was deeply touched in his heart. But thinking about his parents' death, grandfather couldn't ignore the mistake, and he couldn't forgive him. Stephen Thompson saw his entanglement and hurriedly said, Sir, you are the heir of the Wade family. You deserve this money, and in fact, it belongs to your father. The old master said, if you are willing to return, you will inherit trillions of family property. If you do not want to return, this money will be given as your living expenses. Oh yes, Oros Hill's largest company, M Grand Group, with a market value of 100 billion, was wholly acquired by Yeja yesterday. Now all the shares are in your name. You can go to M Grand Group for the handover tomorrow. Charlie was a little hard to believe. The Wade family's investment is too big for him to handle, right? 10 billion premium cards, 100 billion M Grand Group? Even the Willson family and the White family who humiliated him today, as well as the Jones family who pursued Claire, were all small in front of the M Grand Group. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be his now? At this time, Stephen Thompson handed him a business card and said, Mr. Wade, you may need to calm down and think about it. I won't bother you anymore. This is my phone number. Please let me know if you have anything to do. After speaking, Stephen Thompson turned and left. After he left, Charlie was still in a daze. He didn't know if he should accept the Wade family's compensation. But thinking about it carefully, the humiliation he had suffered over the past 10 years and the humiliation he had brought to the Willson family, this was the compensation given to him by the Wade family. Why not accept it? Moreover, Aunt Lena's medical expenses still needed $2 million, and it was urgent. Thinking of this, he gritted his teeth and immediately returned to the hospital administration. Hello, I want to deposit $2 million. Swipe card, enter password, transaction successful. $2 million was easily credited to the hospital account. Charlie felt like his whole body was in a fog. Did he become a billionaire? Came home in a mess. The family has fallen apart at this point. Claire and her parents don't live in the Willson villa, but in a very ordinary building. They've been driven out since Claire married Charlie and old Master Willson died. His mother-in-law shouted at home, Charlie, that trash lets us lose face today. If you don't divorce him, your grandmother will kick you out of the Willson group. Charlie said, I'll look for another job when I get out. You, said the mother-in-law angrily, what good is that trash? Why can't you divorce him and then marry Wendell? If you marry Wendell, our family can be proud in front of your grandmother, and your grandmother will rush to fawn at you every day. His father-in-law also said to the side, Yes, marry Wendell. Our family will soon be a treasure in front of your grandmother, and your grandmother will rush to fawn at you every day. Claire said, Don't say anything. I won't divorce Charlie. You kid! When they saw him, his father-in-law and mother-in-law did not look good. The mother-in-law snorted coldly. Trash, and the face to bear it all! Charlie took a deep breath. His mother-in-law had always looked down on him, but if he told her that he was now the boss of M Grand Group and had 10 billion in cash, what would she be like? But Charlie is not ready to let people know his identity. He had been away from the Wade family for so many years. Who knew what the Wade family was up to now? What if someone in the Wade family was against him if he exposed himself? So it is better to keep a low profile first. So he lowered his head and said apologetically, "I'm sorry, Mom. I caused you trouble today." The mother-in-law scolded. "You are more than trouble. You killed our family of 3. Can't you be a little self-aware and get out of our house?" Claire hurriedly said, "Mom, how are you talking? Charlie is your son-in-law." "That bullsh—" The mother-in-law said bitterly, "I don't have such a stupid son-in-law. The further you go, the better." Claire pushed Charlie. "Hurry up and go to the room." Charlie and Claire had been married for 3 years, but they hadn't been married for 3 years in the true sense of the word. Claire slept in bed, and he slept on the floor next to her. That night, Charlie couldn't sleep for a long time. What happened today was really shocking. He wouldn't be able to digest it for a while. Before going to bed, Claire said to him, "How is Aunt Lena? I still have more than 100,000 private money. You can take it to her tomorrow." Charlie said, "No, someone paid Aunt Lena and sent her to Eastcliff for treatment." "Really?" Claire said in surprise. "Aunt Lena was saved?" "Yes," Charlie said. "Aunt Lena has done good and accumulated virtue all her life and helped so many people. Now someone is finally paying it forward." "That's good," Claire nodded and said to Charlie, "You can breathe a sigh of relief." "Yes." Claire said, "I have to sleep. Recently the company has had a lot of things and I'm very tired." Charlie asked, "What happened to the company?" Claire said, "This business is not very good. Grandma has always wanted to cooperate with a big company like M Grand Group, but the Willson family's power is still much weaker, and people look down on them." Charlie suddenly thought of M Grand Group and asked her, "The Willson family is not cooperating with M Grand Group?" Claire laughed at him and said, "How can the M Grand Group look at the Willson family? Even Wendy's fiancé and Gerald's family can barely catch up with the M Grand Group. Grandma is relying on them after they get married. The White family can help the Willson family connect with the M Grand Group." Charlie nodded. It turns out that the Willson family has sharpened their heads and wants to cooperate with the M Grand Group. However, old Mrs. Willson was afraid to dream and couldn't think of it. The M Grand Group was now hers. Thinking of this, Charlie decided to take over the M Grand Group first, and then give Claire some help through the M Grand Group. She was being bullied too much in the Willson family. As her husband, he had a responsibility to help her elevate her status within the family. In the beginning, your husband was different from today. I will never let anyone look down on you again. I will make the entire Willson family bow down to you.